Hey, and welcome to Star Wars 101. In this video, we're going to be talking about the 7th form of lightsaber combat. Form 7, also known as the Way of the Vornskr, or the Ferocity form, was the 7th of 7 forms of lightsaber combat. There were 2 variations of Form 7, Juyo and Vaapad, but both utilized bold, direct movements. According to accounts compiled by the New Jedi Order, the use of Form 7 was more demanding in terms of energy used, due to a broader focus and deeper utilization of emotion. A Form 7 practitioner was said to maintain a calm exterior appearance. Still, they were also stated to experience significant internal pressure while using the Ferocity form. In addition, it was described as sometimes paradoxical, unpredictable, and filled with concepts that made the form too difficult and unattractive to many students. Juyo was described as the most vicious form of lightsaber combat, and was said to be filled with both fury and malignant grace. The form was given the title of the most difficult and demanding form in all of lightsaber combat. Skilled combatants with Juyo were said by Jedi Master Vurk Lamar to be able to eviscerate a lone enemy. In fact, it was designed for such a purpose in one-on-one lightsaber duels. According to the Sith Lord Darth Traya, the form was both chaotic and erratic, with a heavy focus on offense, and using techniques believed to have been rejected from Shi-Cho in the earliest days of the Jedi Order. Juyo's use was controversial among the Jedi Order, as many felt that Juyo violated the "there is no emotion, there is peace" tenet of the Jedi Code, due to its requirement to fight under the guidance of controlled passion. The Sith had no such inhibition, and Darth Sidious went so far as to label it a Sith style. Jedi Battlemaster Sindraleg listed bold, direct motions as characteristics of Juyo, qualifying them as more open and kinetic than Form 5, but with less elaborate appearance than Ataru. Draleg contrasted the tactics of Juyo as not nearly as graceful or linked as those of Ataru, instead referring to them as seemingly unconnected staccato sequences. He also listed one of the strengths of the form as its unpredictability. The form was said to necessitate greater energy than Form 5 due to a broader wielding of a user's focus and a deeper emotional link. Despite the challenges inherent in using the form, it could serve as a pathway to considerable power. The second variation of the form, Vaapad, was described as more than a fighting style. It was a state of mind that led through the penumbra of the dark side, requiring the user to enjoy the fight and relish the satisfaction of winning. The practitioner of Vaapad would accept the fury of their opponent, transforming themselves into one half of a superconducting loop, with the other half being the power of darkness inherent in the opponent. The form was also mentioned with a cautionary warning by the Jedi that the use of Vaapad led the user perilously close to the dark side, due to its focus on physical combat. Vaapad required a constant and sizable stream of force use from the user, with a barely contained explosion of force power essential to all variations of Form 7 as another prerequisite for its use. The form's attacks appeared to be unconnected, its motions seemingly unpolished to an untrained observer. During the later years of the Republic, Jedi Master Mace Windu developed Vaapad with the aid of a fellow master, Sora Bulk, by drawing inspiration from the movements of a creature known as the Vaapad, native to the planet Sarapin. Vaapad users appeared to wield many lightsabers at once, moving too fast to see, just as the Vaapad creature would attack with blindingly fast tentacles that were impossible to count until the Vaapad was dead. A Vaapad user's attacks would flow into each other with liquid precision, creating the constant near-invisible weave of energy which was the ready stance of Vaapad. It was also possible to apply Vaapad in unarmed combat, with the user's arms becoming too fast to see, as well as in the use of dual lightsabers. While observing the duel between Darth Sidious and Mace Windu, Anakin Skywalker considered Windu's Vaapad bladework to be an oblate sphere of purple fire, which contained dozens of blades attacking from every angle. After his fall to the dark side, before the Clone Wars, Count Dooku described the power of Vaapad as skirting the dark side of the Force, but stated during a duel with Sora Bulk that the form was bridled and weak without direct use of the dark side. Dooku later converted Bulk to his cause. After Bulk fell to the dark side, he claimed that he had perfected the form, which Windu disputed while engaging Bulk in a lightsaber duel. While Bulk had previously practiced Vaapad with Windu, he was unable to defeat him in combat, and their duel ended in a stalemate. Though Windu and Bulk were credited with the creation of the Vaapad variant, the 7th lightsaber form was thought to be known by the name Vaapad as early as the end of the New Sith Wars by the Sith Blade Master Kasim. Millennia prior to the Galactic Civil War, Juyo was ascribed the moniker of the Ferocity form due to its aggressive nature. Jedi Master Zez Kai-El claimed that Juyo was highly effective against an armed opponent, though much less against a foe skilled with the use of the Force. Master Kavar, a colleague of Zez Kai-El, advised Juyo for use in quickly overwhelming a single foe as well, but cautioned that it left one vulnerable to Force attacks such as those employed by Dark Jedi. Jedi of this era prescribed caution and control when using Juyo, and were reluctant to teach it to those with known recklessness, as the form's ferocity could lead them to the dark side. Juyo was said to be able to destroy even the defenses of a Form 3 Master, but the practitioner was left vulnerable to counterattack in the process, particularly from multiple opponents and Force powers. According to Jedi Battlemaster Sindralig, who served in the final days of the Old Republic, Form 7 was so demanding that only Masters skilled in practicing multiple other forms were capable of utilizing it effectively. Dralig stated that the mastery required to learn Form 7 was such that only a select few would be allowed to utilize it. He forbade its study to all others. At least 2 users of its Vaapad variant during Dralig's conditions described the form as dangerous due to its focus on physical combat and intensity. For his part, Dralig refused to allow Anakin Skywalker to study Juyo. At the same time, Obi-Wan Kenobi was likewise forbidden to learn Vaapad by Qui-Gon Jinn. Windu also discouraged Quinlan Vos from learning Vaapad when Vos used it in a practice duel, learning from Vos that he had learned the move from Bulk, and warning him against using it again, due to Vos already being perilously close to the dark side. Jedi Master Mace Windu, who developed Vaapad along with Weequay Jedi Sora Bulk, stated that Vaapad was an answer for his own weakness, allowing him to channel his own internal darkness into something positive. Furthermore, he said that he would not allow the use of the form without his permission, something that he had only given to his apprentice, Depa Billaba. Jedi Master Siritachi once explained to her Padawan, Ferris Olin, that the reason Mace Windu was able to dismiss the pleasure and power which Vaapad brought was by acknowledging it and being constantly aware of it. Windu wielded the form in numerous battles, especially in the Geonosis arena against the bounty hunter Jango Fett, where his relentless use of Vaapad overpowered Fett. While dueling Darth Sidious in 19 BBY, the Sith Lord quickly brought down Mace Windu's 3 Jedi companions. To combat Sidious's furious technique, Windu gave himself entirely over to Vaapad. He allowed it to fully channel his inner darkness and accept and use Sidious's darkness. When fully immersed in his form, Windu's fighting prowess was so great that he could allow his body to fight automatically for him without needing to direct it with his mind. Sidious's own fury was used and redirected by Windu through the use of Vaapad, a process which Windu mentally related to a lightsaber deflecting a blaster bolt back at its source. After Windu disarmed Sidious, the Sith Lord attempted to blast him with Force Lightning, but Windu responded by once more employing Vaapad techniques to channel the dark power of the lightning through him without it affecting him. He then redirected it back to its source. However, Windu believed that his use of Vaapad alone was insufficient to defeat Sidious, as he felt it would only result in a stalemate. It should be noted that while the sequences and maneuvers of Form 7 could be practiced and drilled, a duelist would not be truly executing their style unless they allowed the excitement and passion of battle to color their actions. The Form 7 opening stance was a one-handed high guard with the blade held horizontally above the head and pointed to the side. The body was half twisted, with the offhand swept across and down. Juyo users were proficient in a technique called assured strike, wherein they traded sheer power for a near certainty of landing a hit. Another technique they used was referred to as Vornsker's ferocity, which involved ferocious attacking of an opponent. Wielders of Juyo were capable of employing this move without allowing the dark side's influence to pervade their aggression. Those skilled in the Vaapad form were known for their use of the swift flank technique, where they leaped or dashed around an opponent to make a quick strike. The speed of the maneuver was intended to catch opponents off guard. They were also skilled in tempered aggression, a term used to describe the ferocity of the Vaapad form, but with more control against succumbing to the dark side, even in the heat of battle. Probably the most famous practitioner of Vaapad was Mace Windu. Mace Windu used Vaapad amazingly throughout his life as a Jedi, but was ultimately betrayed by Anakin Skywalker, which led to his death. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below telling us what you think of this form. And with all that said, have a great day.